Today we're looking at a sneaker that I never thought I'm gonna see again. Hey guys, welcome back to a Kicks Reasons channel. Today we're looking at the Avia's 830 basketball model, and this one surprised me a lot because I stumbled upon it without even knowing they're gonna be released, without even knowing there's a company out there that came back, took some of the patents, and is releasing these shoes. Now, first thing I'm gonna tell you, it's the biggest confusion in the sneaker industry right now. Apparently there's multiple companies making Avia shoes, and I was not aware of that. So I did some research, and it looks like this one is made by one company, and other models, including this same one, but different colorway, is made by another company. So I'm not sure what's going on, what kind of patents are held there, what kind of people are standing behind, but I'm very confused. And back in those early 80s, the Avia 830 was quite popular among the players in the NBA. In fact, Scotty Pippen, Clyde Drexler, other players at the time rocked this model on the court, and Avia was becoming a pretty big competitor to some of the main players. Obviously, Nike was the biggest name at the time. Adidas was struggling. Reebok was really pushing hard to be a factor on the market. But Avia was a big name, and I still remember Avia being a big name even in the 90s when I was growing up and I was in high school, and you were happy to grab a pair of Avias if you can. Personally, I never had a pair because, like I mentioned a million times before, I didn't have the money for it, but I always admired some of the things that the company did. And obviously, having a deep history all the way from the late 70s throughout the 80s and the 90s, they created some excellent models. Okay, aside of that, this one comes from avia.com, and I purchased all three by myself because I was so mesmerized after getting the black pair. What kind of a quality we're looking over here for under $100. So all the other companies, Nike, Adidas, and all the other ones claiming, oh, it's inflation this, inflation that. We gotta charge you a lot more, double, triple for the same shoe for 40-year technology. This is your example right here. Full grain leather all around for under $100. Just for example, Air Jordan 1 retails at $180 right now plus tax. This is $200 for 40-year-old shoe that doesn't feature anything better than this one other than an air unit, which costs them what to make? $5. So now we're looking at three different colorways here. It's going to be a lengthy video because I'm going to try to compare all three of them and show you some of the differences. And there are some subtle differences between the three colorways, the blue, the red, and the black. And I think the reason behind these differences are probably the different time of production. My thinking is they probably started with the blue pair because this one is kind of the highest quality looking and feeling one. The differences here are the logo on the lateral side is where it says Avia. This one is stitched in and it's not printed on top of the leather. Same goes for the small logo on the medial side towards the heel where it says Avia as well. And same goes for the 830, the model on the lateral side. All these brandings are stitched in, and none of the other two models feature stitched in branding. And the last kind of a small detail here is the metal first lace loop, a tag that says Avia USA 1979. If you want to grab the closest one to the original, it's probably the blue one because the original one featured all these brands stitched in, just like we're looking at this one. But the good news here is every single colorway, all these three, and I think there's another one that is kind of black and white. I didn't want to get it because it's too much on the nose and similar to the Jordan brand model that I just referenced earlier. All three of them, or all four of them, feature full grain leather all around. Now, it might not be the highest quality leather you've seen, it might not be premium, it might not be outstanding, but it is full grain leather. It is leather just like the original one, and it's leather. It feels great when you put them on feet. They don't need a break-in time. They're gonna hold forever, they're gonna stay forever like this, and they're gonna look great when they crease even more. And because the outsole and midsole is the same 80s style as every other shoe you've seen in the 80s and early 90s, it's all rubber and it's stitched all around. These gonna be fresh looking even 10 years, 20 years down the line. Even if you completely beat them up, they're still gonna look even better because I absolutely love this style of shoe when they're creased and beat up. Outsole here we have blue with red where the creasing is, and I'm not sure how great that technology is, or it's more of a placebo effect, or it's just a gimmick, but Avia back in the day called that outsole or bottom right here on the heel. You'll see it on the close-ups. The cantilever technology, which you'll see how it dips a little bit and it spreads out. So their thought is when you hit down the ground, when you heel, this will expand and kind of absorb some of the shock. Yeah, I don't believe in that. It's not, you're not gonna feel it like air unit or Hexalite or any of that stuff. Luckily, they did some adjustments inside, and there's EVA carrier in between this rubber outsole, and there's some other technology they're specifying on their pamphlet, which I absolutely love because all shoes came like this with technology explanation back in the day. And right here where your heel is, and in the bottom there is actually an absorption matrix, which I don't know if those of you know what it is, but this is if you slice the shoe in half, this is not a full dense rubber inside. It's not something solid, but it's kind of a triangle shapes inside that provides a little bit of a cushioning. At the same time, the shoe doesn't weigh super heavy because it's all full rubber. So yeah, keep that in mind. EVA in the front where your forefoot is, some great traction on the outsole, and I'm telling you, these are grippy as heck. You put them on any court, you put them on any floor, they're just gripping everything. They're squeaking on the floor. You're walking around the house with no problem. Last thing you're gonna notice in these shoes is the absolutely outstanding and abnormal padding on the heel, which is gigantic pillows on all three models, almost surreally looking. If you look on the backside, super heavy padding on the heel, and the tongue as well is very well padded and well tailored. Kind of has the same material that a ton of these shoes had back in the day, which I really like. Sort of a jumpsuit jacket style material. But yeah, these are these are outstanding, man. They just put a smile on my face when I saw them. I couldn't believe that this model is back. I couldn't believe that they're made right and correct. I couldn't believe that their material is used here, and it's for under $100. I mean, these are retailing at on Avia, I think at $99, but if you go to Amazon, you can get them for $89. Some of these I got from Amazon, and I mean, for that money, I'll be rocking these all winter long with such pleasure. And I'm guaranteeing you, a lot of people will be asking you what kind of shoes you're wearing because they're so unusual and so obscure. The black pair I really like. I think this combination between white outsole, midsole, and white padding and the black is very nice. Again, we have the same level of great soft leather. Here, the difference between the other ones, we have painted over 830 and Avia on the lateral side, and on the medial side, we don't have the little branding Avia, but rather we have the same giant or big Avia branding that we have on the both sides. So medial and lateral both have the exact same style branding, so that makes them slightly different than the blue. No other differences that I can notice. Same exact patch on the thong that says Avia 830, same exact padding, same exact comfort, same exact leather, and we have the contrast here, white laces with the black upper. The insole of these shoes is something I haven't seen as well. They're super comfortable, and they kind of remind me like they have Hexalite because they're hexagonal shapes on the bottom of the insole. The insole is kind of a polylite. On their website, they're saying polyurethane, but it has to be some sort of compound between polyurethane and something else because these are not the complete polyurethane insoles that you've seen back in the day, let's say from Reebok. And the question, they are more like the Reebok Athletics, which these will stay forever like this. Yeah, they're gonna collapse a little bit, they're gonna compress over time, but still they're not gonna disintegrate, they're not gonna crumble or do all that stuff. So the black pair, another great colorway for me. They look outstanding. You can match these with more darker clothes and just rock them this way. Same with the blue. I mean, all these three colorways are so classic and they're so unique with each other that you can rock them with different clothing at all time and just still enjoy them. Now, if we go to the red pair, same exact level of quality of the leather. Here the difference is we have the Avia on the lateral and the 830, which is painted, and we have a small branding just like on the blue pair on towards the heel of the medial side, but this one is painted, it's not stitched in. So I think the first one out of production was the blue, followed by the red one, hence the small branding here on the heel, and finally the black one was probably released with the changes they've done. I'm not sure what prompted them to do all these changes. Probably something's connected with the budget, but I think the stitched in looks the best. Although from a distance, nobody will tell, and I'll tell you, they look great and feel great. They are exactly the same. The padding is incredible. Again, the leather is genuine all around. The outsole is extremely grippy. Here we have a completely red outsole. By the way, the laces, man, these are the longest laces I've ever seen in my life. I have to tell you, these laces are probably over 6 feet long, and the lace holes are tons. So you can find a way to lace them. They almost remind me of a hockey skates because of the amount of lacing you got to do around here. And if you want to relace them, you better spare some time because it's going to take you a while to thread all these laces around. Same patch over here we have in the front of the ton, and on the front, other than the sizing and the color and the name, I don't see a production date, so I'm not sure how these are marked as a production dates, but I know they were made probably last year. I think they came out officially towards the end of the year, like October, November, December. But again, they're still available on Amazon. They're still available on their website, avia.com. And yeah, I'm gonna have to say these three are gonna be in my constant rotation. Come fall and winter time, I will be wearing these all the time on the street. So far, I wore the black pair once, and a couple of people asked me what kind of shoes are these. A couple of people commented that they look very, very good. And yeah, I am all about that unique style. I'm all about that something different, not like everybody else. And I've always been like this. And these Avia models are just fitting the profile perfectly. So yeah, outside of the company confusion and who's made what and what will be released by whom, I think these are still excellent. I think the price is right. I think the other company that makes this model made them very limited, and they asked $200+ So yeah, I'm not about all that limited stuff. I'm not all about that overpriced expensive stuff. I'm about reasonable pricing, under $100 for leather and great comfort. These are amazing. I cannot stress enough how much I like this model. I cannot stress enough how much pleased I am with what I'm seeing and how much I'm excited to put these on my feet. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. There are a lot more videos coming very, very soon. And as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.